Okay, I just had the most Mercury retrograde sex reveal for my baby that like ever in the course of history. If you also have a good gender reveal story, let me know in the comments below, but this is what happened with mine. It all started at the OB's office. I got my ultrasound and I told the OB, keep this sex a secret, write it down on a piece of paper, and when we go in a few days to my husband's hometown, we're gonna give it to our baker and she's gonna put a layer of frosting and we'll do a little, not just gender sex reveal, but also telling the family for the first time that we're even having the baby. So it was gonna be like a 2-in-1. So exciting, oh my God, so perfect. So she writes it down on a little piece of paper that looks like this. It's just a tiny piece of like Post-it. I put it in a zipper pocket to keep it safe for as long as I need to. And then we finally get to the baker, our favorite baker, Cahiao's in Virginia Beach. They make amazing vegan cakes. Actually, like some of the best cake, vegan or non-vegan, in the world. And we go there and we're like, hey, we have this, we want to put in a cake order. When can we put it in? But the girl at the counter said that the owner slash baker, Vicky, was not at the restaurant, but they were also slammed with cake orders all week long and they weren't taking any more cake orders. And I was like devastated because this was gonna be perfect. Not only were we going to have a really fun way to just reveal the sex, but honestly, I really wanted that cake. That cake is so good. And so no other cake was gonna do it. But she said that we could hit her up on Instagram and ask her on Instagram if she'll do it anyway. So of course I did. I put the little piece of paper into the zippered pocket of my joggers, and then I hit her up on Instagram and asked her if there was any way she could get a cake done for us that week, and she said yes, if it is done on Friday, which happened to be also my husband's birthday, and so that was going to be perfect. We were going to disguise this sex reveal cake as a birthday cake and surprise some of our friends and family that not only are we having a baby, but also we're going to find out what the sex is. So perfect, right? Wrong. So on Wednesday, we were supposed to drop off the piece of paper with the sex on it. Tuesday night, I'm like, let me just double check that that piece of paper is still in the zippered pocket of my pants. It's not. I looked in the zippered pocket. I looked everywhere. I tore my whole suitcase apart. I tore the whole room apart. It was nowhere to be seen. So then I tell my husband, I look in the car. I was looking everywhere, all over the house. But where could it have been? I just put it in the zipper pocket of my pants. So I told my husband and he's like, okay, let me look. And 10 seconds later, he's like, found it. And he shows me this, which is not the same thing. So I'm like, open it up, because I was like, it looks kind of weird. I don't know what the heck this is, but literally what in the universe put this underneath the nightstand just to tease us, how God knows how long afterwards, just to make us freak out about this whole thing. So that wasn't it. We couldn't find it. I tried everything to find out the sex of the baby. I tried calling the OB's office, and of course, they're 6 hours ahead of time and they only like work in the morning. And so I tried emailing them. They didn't respond to my email. I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning just to get on the phone with them. I called them like 6 times. They finally answer the phone and they tell me that my OB is out of office. She's on vacation and she wasn't gonna be back for like another 1 or 2 weeks. That was like not gonna do. So it's like, okay, let's think. She was the only person who knew the sex. So she's actually a family friend. So one of my family members went to her house, knocked on the door to see if she was home. No, she's not home. She's gonna be gone. Really our only option was to either magically find the piece of paper, or we could just have it just be like a baby announcement cake and / birthday cake, and kind of skip the gender reveal for later. So I was super sad. The baker said that she could put off doing the decoration until way later, but I just had to have her do the inside, like a mixed pink and blue, whatever. And then the outside, like a birthday cake. And then at the actual party, my mother-in-law's like, hey, actually this one family member is an ultrasound tech. And so she's used to looking at ultrasounds, and you have the video of your ultrasound, so she can look at the video and tell you if you're having a girl or a boy. And I was like, of course, that would be great. So I asked her if she could help me out, and she's like, I'm not an ultrasound tech, I'm an x-ray tech, totally different thing, but she can send the video to her friend who is an ultrasound tech, and they can see if they can figure out what the sex is in time for a reveal for the party. So of course, because it's Mercury retrograde still, my phone is out of storage and I can't even send the video to her. We tried so hard to get it to her, and finally it worked. I won't even get into all of that. But she watches the video and then she gets back to me and says that she and her friend both looked at the video and they both agree on what the sex was, but they're not 100% certain, and they didn't want to mislead us during this very sensitive time. Oh, it was such a disappointment. I was like, I wish this was a joke, that the cake is not an actual sex reveal cake. But this is the way it is. I'm sorry, guys. Like, we're super excited that we're having a baby, but we couldn't do the whole gender sex thing during the party. And I remember when I picked up the cake, I was like, just watch. I'm gonna find this piece of paper the second I get home from the party, and guess the frick what? I freaking found it! Right after we get home, my husband changes into his comfy clothes, and he's like, hey, my pants are small, these must be your pants. You guys, we have the same pair of joggers in 2 different sizes, and our pants had gone mixed up somehow. His were in my suitcase. I don't even know where mine were, and I was like, haha, put them on. And I was like, oh, it's so funny, they're on. And then I was like, wait, check the pocket. And he reaches into the pocket and he's like, and he pulls out the gender reveal piece of paper. This was like 10 minutes after we got home. So we had to do it with his mom because we knew that would be just, I don't know, the most heartwarming way to open it after the party was over. And so we waited for her to come home from doing some shopping. She was super excited, and we're like, okay, do you want to be the one who opens it and reads it to us? She's like, yeah. So we sit down and we're doing it in front of the camera to record our reactions. And I had told the OB to write down in English, boy or girl, so that it was really clear to the baker if she should use pink or blue frosting. Well, my mother-in-law sits down, she opens the piece of paper, and she's like, you're gonna be having a boy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm all overwhelmed. I'm like feeling like I'm gonna cry. We're excited. And then she turns it around and she's like, see? And we're like, wait. We were all so nervous and excited that we didn't know what this meant. So we had to like Google it. And of course this means a girl. So I was super excited because I wanted a girl, and we finally figured out after all that. This was like over the course of like 2 weeks of agony. We found out the sex of the baby, and you know, I don't think I need to say this, but I'll just say it anyway. The sex of the baby, the gender, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter that much. What really matters is that, you know, the baby's healthy. It's just really exciting to just find out more about the baby, and later down the line, I'll call them whatever they want to be called. But we're very happy to be having a little baby girl. And yeah, that's the story of my super messed up Mercury retrograde gender reveal. I hope you liked this story. I thought this was gonna be like a really short story, but actually ended up being a lot longer than I thought. I make videos about vegan food, sustainability, radical self-care, eco-friendly family living in the 21st century. So if you wanna see more video content from me, hit the subscribe button. And if you thought this story was funny, or if you have your own funny story, go ahead and hit me up in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.